Dr. Groovy here, Scott Grove of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Going to teach you how to play what I just played and a little bit more in and out of that type of thing. Everything just staying in the key of A. Make it nice and simple, no chord changes, just some groovy rhythm and some cool pull-off, hammer-on rhythmic lead stuff. So without the backing track, this stuff would actually sound like that kind of a thing. Okay, so that's what we're going to get into real quick. Got me another Godin progression guitar. Carl Gilmore, he had seen my review of my other one and hit me up and wanted to know if I wanted his, which is a clear or see-through cream colored. I don't know if I can get in here close enough for you to see the actual wood grain of it or not. But first thing I did was ripped out the pickups, stuck in the lace sensor silvers everywhere so it would sound like my other one. Okay, so thanks to Carl for the axe, man. I really do appreciate you selling this to me. Okay, again, like I said, we're just going to do exactly what I just showed you. Again, rhythmic lead stuff. So actually exactly that, and plus another lick or two. Okay, so if you want to stick around and we'll go through all of that. See you there hopefully. Okay, time to get this first part down, which was okay. You'll notice hopefully that I'm not using any picks. If you decide to use picks, fine, but it's a whole lot cooler sounding without. Okay, and plus getting the speed. Better not use picks, hopefully, or you can hybrid pick, but you can hopefully at least get the licks out of this, if nothing else. Okay, so these are just cool licks by themselves. Who'd I steal these from? Somebody. If it hits me, I'll let you know. Anyway, I did steal it off somebody. It was a cassette tape. I remember that. And it's been 25 years ago, at least, that I stole part of this lick, actually, and then just made it into my own thing. Okay, so what this is thumb on the A string. Okay, so down. And then just play a regular A chord like this. And then I'm snapping the D and G strings on the A chord. Okay, real quick like that. Okay, now we're going to do hammer-ons on the A string. Open 2-4. And then open on the D string. Back to 4 on the A. Back to open D again. That's how it's going to go. Hammer on from the open D to the 2nd fret. Now open G for the 7th sound. I leave these fingers on here until I take off the first finger to get that 7th. Okay, so I pull it off of the D. But anyway, we got to the hammer on the D string at the 2nd fret. Open G. Okay, then you hit the D string again, which is fretted at the 2nd fret. Pull off. Waiting in the wings, you have a D flat right there at the 4th fret on the A string. And that will complete this phrase. Okay. If you need this hand over here, so there are that many hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, you see that my fingers aren't doing that much work. Okay, so lots of hammer-ons and pull-offs. And it actually stops really quick like that on the D flat. Okay, now we do the exact same thing. Okay, that part. Now we do the same thing as we did, but we're going to move it to the D and G string and B string actually. But we're going to go. Okay, so we're just bringing everything down a string. So again, A string, then the D and G string. Now open D, hammer on 2 and 4. Open G. Back to 4 on D. Open G, hammer on 2. Open B. Okay. Everything ringing out. And that's it, okay, for these parts, because we repeat it twice. Okay, so for that part, okay, so I'm always using just a thumb, first finger, and middle finger over here. Just like if you're hybrid picking, I guess you would use a pick and maybe 2 fingers. But okay, so together, slowly. Okay. Okay, it does that whole thing just like I did 2 times, if you want to learn it the way that I showed it. Again, whatever you get out of it is what you get out of it, whatever sounds cool to you. I use the second half of this a lot. Okay, coming backward off of this is what we're doing. Now, that's the next part. Okay, that is, okay, open G string, hammer on to 2, pull off to open. Go into the 4th fret on the D. Be sure to watch my picking hand. Okay, so so after the 4th fret on the D string, we go to an open G. Okay. Okay, so after that, we go to the D string, hammer on to 4, and pull off to open. And just A string, 3rd fret, almost a whole step. Just do it somewhere in that blues section, meaning bend it up, half step, whole step, don't matter. Because we're going to snap it off to an open D. Okay? Now when we actually do that bend, that stops part of that section. Okay? Now we just stop in the middle of the bend. Now, that's the way it goes. Okay, so that's hammer on the A string, pull off. So you got 3rd fret, hammer on, pull off. Okay, same thing on the E string, then A. First finger. Okay. Okay, so that is that quick. Okay. That quick. Okay, one more time slow. And they're all real quick snaps, as you can tell. Okay, so it does this whole thing twice again. Okay. Low part, my bad. Now when you hit the A string, we're going to hit that D and G again with the chord. Okay? Okay, and that's when we get into that. So the actual A that we end up on is the start of. Okay, I stole this from Skip Ewing. Your Memory Wins Again. Okay, I just simply stuck in the open part. His is like that, and I just like the pull-offs, so that's where that came from. Anyway, this stuff came from a guy named Steve Trovato. So I just thought of his name, Steve Trovato. He was a musical instructor, had his own Star Lakes series and so forth. About a dozen cassette tapes that I had of his, and picked up a lot of the stuff that I do. The whole and all that kind of stuff that I normally play, I got off of him in those tapes. I've loaned them out to my buddy Terry right now, but good old stuff, man. A lot of great licks. Again, probably about 50% of what I play came from those cassette tapes. Okay, and today's lesson from him and Skip Ewing, and that's about it. Okay, so this whole thing. Okay, as you can tell, it's simply a pull off from the D and G string with the A chord. string being hit every other time. Thumb. Okay, that's up to the 5th fret. Okay, so you can tell 5th fret. Open. A string and then 4th fret. Next part. Okay. Now same thing. 3 times. Open A. Okay. Open 1st, 2nd fret. Okay. Okay. When you make it back to the A, that's the first of the repeat of that same progression. So you're like ending it there and then starting over again. Okay. Now, one lick that I did, I've taught numerous times. I may have taught this particular lesson before, but with my brain being on vacation as much as it is, I don't remember, but it's cool enough to teach it again regardless. And for you new folks. So the one lick. Okay. Okay, that is up here in Johnny Be Good territory. So 5th fret, E and B, both of them same time. Okay, so I'm using my 2 fingers together all the time. On anything other than whatever the low note is. On the D string. Okay, so D string, A string, low E string. I'm using my thumb. Using the other 2 together every single time for the double stops. Double stops are 2 strings played at the same time. Okay. So all those other ones were played with single notes. Okay, so that is 5 and 5. Now 7 and 7 on the D. I'm sorry, 7 and 7 on the B and the G. Okay, 7 and 7 down to 5 and 5. Pull off. 7th fret on the D. Okay, play 7 and 7. Same place again. And then 5 and 5, we're bending the G string down, actually everything down a little bit, but so that we get that kind of a thing. We may not end up fully at a major. Okay. Okay, so that's the first phrase. Okay, you hear the bend. And it's that fast. Okay, that part. Okay, that is on the D string at 7. Pull off to 5. Then 7 on the A. Up to 5 on the D. I'm using a thumb and a finger. Okay. Here's the rest of it. That's it. T Teacher has to teach himself now and then. Okay, so that's A string. Like that. 7. Slide down to 5. Pull off to 3. Now the A string. Okay, the A string, I'm sorry, the low E string at the A. So again, 7, 5, pull off to 3. And then 3rd fret, A string. So it's... That last little thing is so quick that you barely notice the 5th fret on the E string, but it's definitely there for continuity's sake and rhythmic sake. Okay. Okay, so that's how that goes. And then it's nothing more than playing that whole thing again. Is what I played at the intro if you want it. Simply bending down the 3rd fret on the low E string. So till it hits the A. Okay. So we bend down, open A. Open E, 3rd fret. Hammer on. A string. G note again, 3rd fret. E string. Which is simply open A, hammer on to 3, pull off to open. Same thing on the E, open, hammer on to 3, open, and then pop that A string again. Okay, so that's actually it. Okay, so I did use... Okay, just that quick, like that. Okay, so if I crank up the guitar again and play with the backing track, I'm gonna let it play for a second, then I'll just jump in with it. Okay, it's doing its thing now. If I mute it, you can hear how it goes by. That's kind of cool. You can always use that as well. I also like to use little things like, which is simply having your second fret at the B string in the wings, going to the 4th fret on your G. So you got both ready. Okay, that's simply sliding up your second finger up to 5. Then hit that B string. Okay, weird sounding, but it sounds great going by. So you can hear the dissonance there. So again, 4, 5, then the second fret of the B. Hit the 5th fret again. Pull off to the 2nd fret. Then on the D string, from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret, pull off. And then finally hit the 2nd fret on the G string. Okay. So that's the way that one goes. Okay. If you want that first part, it's just simply 5, pull off to 2. Okay, 5, pull off to 2, 5 on the B string, back to the 2 on the high E. Same thing on the B and G string. And then play what I just showed you. And you'll start to get getting things like that you can figure out for yourself, but it gives you tools to work with. Okay, so hopefully that does something for you. Okay, folks, that's it for all that kind of fun. Again, thanks to Carl for the groovy axe, and also thanks to all of you guys for sticking around with me for all these many years. I'm not going anywhere that I know of. I'm having back surgery here in a couple weeks, so you may not see me for a little while. Yeah, I got to get the L4 and L5 fused together. That'll be fun. Got to cut off part of my butt bone and cram it in there as well. So anyway, I'll try to do a couple more lessons before that happens. So again, if I'm gone for a little while, that's where I'm at. Nothing else. If you get some lessons via the folks I told you about, check them out. Very groovy stuff, and again, just super important to me to have that set. I had a band that wanted me to learn how to chicken pick and do other things, and the band gave me the actual whole set. Said, here, learn all this stuff and you'll be fine. And that's where I got, like I said, the majority of my country stuff to learn, and then just as the nights went on, just drug stuff out from that and changed it up and turned it inside out backwards, and ended up with the limited abilities that I have now. Speaking of limited abilities, I realized I just sat down and did the whole lesson with my wireless on. Still got my wireless plugged in. Yeah, I just needed to use some 9-volt juice just for the hell of it. Okay, so you guys stay groovy and stay safe. Okay, peace, and talk to you soon. Bye.